All right. Hello, everyone. This is your girl, Jynnette the Oracle with Innocent Alchemy, and I'm here to do the tarot forecast for the month of January 2019 for Sagittarius. Welcome back, Sagittarius. Happy New Year. Happy Jupiter in your sign. Aren't you excited? Yes, yes, yes. All right. So, if I remember correctly, and I should have actually gone back to check beforehand, but if I remember correctly, I think last month you guys had the Death card as the overall energy, which I find to be really interesting because there's a lot of growth and healing and transformation that was happening. This month, you have this card, the Defeat card, number 16, and I relate this to the Tower card. So that's interesting because, the Death card comes before the Tower card in the major arcana, and the Death card for me is a process of working with the universe to release those things that don't serve. So, you do get to see what the patterns are or the things that don't work, etc., and get the chance to address them and release them on more so on your terms. And then the Tower energy comes in and does the final sweep. So it's like, anything that you haven't wanted to address has to get dealt with, right? But it's going to be on the terms of the universe versus your terms. But also, too, it brings in new opportunities. So when you go through the death process or the clearing process, it does leave room for something new to come in. So I know that possibly last month it might not have been as thrilling as you would have liked it to be. But I think that starting from this month and moving forward, that is definitely going to shift. And I think one of the reasons that's going to shift is, yes, Jupiter's in your sign, but Venus is finally going to be moving out of Scorpio once we get past the first week. So Jupiter and Venus together in that energy, I think is going to be really beneficial. Venus is very healing and also helps to amplify the positive aspects of growth and opportunity and blessings that Jupiter brings. And also Mars and Uranus are in Aries, which is a complementary energy to you. So I think that that's going to give fuel, fire, inspiration, etc. So I think overall, you might still be in a point of like transition, but I think you're going to be getting your step back, a little pep in your step back this month. Okay. Now for love, in terms of those of you in committed partnerships, you have this card, the Death card. Now it's interesting because, this is, when we talk about relationships, committed partnerships, the opposite sign to you is Gemini. So, if you look at the Gemini reading, if you have Gemini in your chart, they got that as their overall energy. So there's a lot that is happening in that regard for as it relates to mind and consciousness and beliefs and things like that. But for love and relationships, this is transformation in the relationship. So this may be you guys needing to move forward out of some pattern that you guys have been stuck in for a while. This may be a need to maybe actually move from where you've been into a new place so that there can be new energy, more inspiration, start working out together or what have you. But there is some necessary changes and adjustments that need to occur. Now, again, this is still the Death card, so it's a co-creation process. So you're going to be shown what needs to be worked on, and it's going to be up to you and your partner to actually address that. Now, after the Death card energy comes the Tower card energy. So again, if you don't address things head on and deal with it on your terms, just know later on the universe is going to come through and handle it on its terms. So if you don't want that to happen, please take agency in that regard. Now, for those of you who are single and looking, you have this card, Writing, number 32. Okay, so this, I think, is really more so about creating new contracts in the sense of maybe reviewing the list that you have about what you want and just making sure that that is in alignment with who you are now, especially after this transformation process that you're about to go through. It may also be redefining a relationship or the beginnings of a relationship with somebody that you are dating right now, like seeing if it works for you or not. as well as holding a higher perspective and being more objective in how you handle your relationships. Being a little less like passionate and like ready to jump in immediately and taking more of a step back and taking your time. All right, so now in terms of career, you have this card, time. So, for those of you who are looking for work and, that's not necessarily been going well, it's just one of those things where the timing has to be right for you to be moved into a position that is good for you. So, stay in the search as long as you can. Again, with Jupiter being in your sign, it is going to bring you blessings, but Jupiter is truly going to bring you things that are in alignment for your personal and spiritual development. So please hold your standard in terms of what you're going for. Now, if you already do have a job or whatever, you may be feeling that you are stuck or like you can't grow any further, which, we all get to that point. But I would say, this isn't the time to necessarily jump ship, but it is a good time to assess what is on your heart for what you want to move into next. Again, especially because there is so much changing that's happening in terms of how you see yourself and what you want, what's really on your heart. This is the time to make plans, I think, and allow and get more used to the idea of maybe a cycle closing out, but let things flow naturally. Let the natural timing play out. If you work for yourself, this is a message to you to really pay attention to the cycles of your business. Business doesn't run in a linear fashion. It goes through its ebbs and flows. So, if you've been in business for at least a year, you have the knowledge now, or you can kind of go back and look and see like, okay, for the last 4 seasons, which is a Jupiter transit, actually, your ruler, what were the ebbs and the flows, and what should I actually really truly be expecting right here and right now? And if it's a time of expansion and growth, as it parallels to what may have happened at the same season last year, then that's an alignment. Do what you need to do to amplify that even more. If this is a season of a bit of a downturn, that's the season, right? So stay in alignment with that. Please try not to break out of that, because there is a wisdom in the natural cycle. And then finally, as it relates to your finances, you have the number 4, man or masculine energy. This is a card of stability. So again, if things are kind of up in the air with work or with finances, you will have what you need. You may not have what you want, but you will have what you need to take care of your basics, okay? And then if you're not in a position of tenuous finances, you're stable right now is the time to actually kind of shore up the fundamentals of money management. So especially after the holidays, so get back to saving money, get back to putting structure in place for what you do with your money, what goes in, what comes out, what's invested, all that kind of stuff. Get back to basics, because that foundation is what's going to allow you to build and to grow later on. All right, so that is your reading, Sagittarius. I hope you enjoy. If you'd like to book a session with me, you can do so by going to my website, andersonalchemy.com. I do astrology, tarot, energy healing, and spiritual life coaching. So please subscribe to the channel. Also like, share, and comment below. I do read them and I do respond. And have a happy new year, happy January, and I'll see you soon. Love you much. Bye.